everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Garbage Horror Haunt Review 2018, the final review of the season. We're done. It's over.
Yeah.
The 2018 haunt season is in the can, so to speak. And this is our final review, but I cannot think of a better way to end the haunt season than with a trip to the 13th Gate in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Now, 13th Gate had undergone some big changes this year.
No kidding.
Necropolis had long been one of our favorite attractions. We love the actor playground style of it. We love the theming. It ain't there no more.
Nope.
They tore it out, and they have replaced it with a carnival scene. They did not replace it with like a full attraction or anything, but a carnival scene with a bunch of little stuff. And we're going to get into that in a minute. I think we should start with the big house and come across the street.
Okay.
You want to do it that way? Or do you want to do it the other way? We didn't actually talk about this. Probably should have.
Yeah.
We're very professional here. But yeah. So, the big changes outside. And there were also some big changes in the haunt itself.
Right.
More so toward the end. More so toward the I would say the second half of it. As they had a huge new sequence focusing on the Wizard of Oz.
Yes, they had two huge news sequences.
Yes, they did.
The first one is focusing on the Wizard of Oz.
Yes, Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Well, and it was really funny because my brain goes, well, if you're going to threaten me with flying monkeys, you'd better have some fucking flying bugs.
It's all right. You want to stop it?
No.
Oh, fine. Oh, sorry. Oh, God. You got me!
I did.
Oh, damn. Whew, that's some good acting.
Yeah.
You should be in haunting.
Maybe I should.
Maybe you should. All right, go ahead. Sorry, I apologize. But
No.
yeah, you need to get you with some flying monkey. Oh, then there's the flying monkey over your head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they actually had flyers, at least in several places in there, and that actually I think was part of a general thing that they were doing this year, where the new sequences were much more varied in their scare tactics broadly.
Right.
And one of the complaints, like when we've ever done these reviews, we often get a lot of people in the comments saying, "You just love 13th Gate. You're just you're blah 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 blah," and sucking their teeth and whatever, and they're not scary at all. Talking about how they're not the scary. So now, we're not the very good judges of what is or is not a scary haunt.
No.
I've never claimed to be anything else.
No.
We're very much into the theatrical style of haunting, which is something 13th Gate has in spades.
Yes.
But they have been. But one of the reasons I think it has kind of been a miss with some people in the fear is that they've used the same scares over and over and over again a lot.
Right.
13th Gate, a particularly popular one, is actors coming around corners or out of boo holes to sort of intrude into the line.
Right.
They did it a lot, and yes, it can be a very effective scare, but it's something they do a lot. But with new sequences, they have changed up their attacks a lot. You have people on bungee cords, you have people flying overhead, you have people coming at you from all different directions, you have rooms that are meant to be just silent and creepy and weird. You have a whole mess of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, what was the second big sequence, by the way? You didn't get to it. It, oh yes. The It sequence, which by the way combined with some with the in-house sequence from last time. They did the. I'm going to come back to this. I want to revisit this in a minute. I want to go back to praising the new scare tactics and so forth. They really did put a lot of effort into the tactics of haunting, and it showed. The group that people we were with were reacting very strongly. They were being got a good deal. It was definitely an improvement in those new sequences.
Yeah. Now, we were, by that point, in a conga line.
Yeah.
We crashed into groups in front of us, groups behind us we crashed in. So a lot of the new scares weren't timed well for that kind of line.
Yeah. You can tell 13th Gate is not something that necessarily presents itself for the conga line system.
Right.
They don't hide their scares thinking that there's going to be a conga line. They're doing it thinking there's going to be individual groups.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit frustrating in that regard. But yeah. Here's the thing. The Wizard of Oz sequence, I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. I was very impressed with the build.
Yeah.
Very, very impressed with the build. I'm just really confused what the Wizard of Oz is doing in a haunted house.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of movies and haunted houses to begin with. I much prefer original concepts, original story, and we've repeated this a million times. This is nothing new.
Yeah.
I'm a much bigger fan of that. But also, Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, Return to Oz. I get you throwing some wheelers. You got the headless hallway. You got TikTok beating the crap out of wheel. That would be... that's haunt material there.
Yeah.
But Wizard of Oz?
Well, you know, there was some logic behind it.
Yeah, there was. And a lot of people apparently early in the childhood were afraid of the flying monkeys.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I thought they were cute. I wanted one.
You just like the little vests.
They were nice.
Yes, they were nice, evil flying monkeys. Yes, Crystal.
Well, yes, they would go and do errands and stuff. You could train them.
Bring me back my milk! This is how Crystal would abuse her flying monkeys, for the record. I have a feeling. We need sugar!
No.
But anyways, you know, Walmart has delivery now. You don't need flying monkeys.
No.
But anyways, yeah, that didn't really land with me. Even though as impressed I was with the build, especially the Dorothy sequence.
Yeah.
I didn't fully get what it was at first, but when it clicked, I was really impressed with how well they simulated being inside a house in a tornado.
Yeah.
And I will add, I am a survivor of 4 tornadoes.
Yeah.
I might know a thing or two about what it's like to be in a house when a tornado's going on.
Right.
Might have some insight for you. So yeah, it felt very much like a tornado. They got it very right, and I feel very bad for the actress in that room.
Right.
She's got a very tough job, and her role is completely silent. She's just sitting on the bed and cowering in fear. I don't know how much of that's acting.
Yeah.
But it's very noisy and very difficult room to work in, so I definitely feel for her. And the It sequence, oh my god, I've seen so much Pennywise, and I counted 10 Pennywises between the static props and the actors. I counted 10 going through the sequence. Feel free to do it yourself if this review manages to get online before they close. Yeah. See how many you can find. It's the Where's Waldo.
I'm pretty sure it'll be there next year.
I'm pretty sure it'll be there next year.
So do it then.
Do it then.
If you don't go this year.
If you don't go this year. Yeah, I counted 10, and the thing about that is I really liked that in sequence previously because it was just a spooky house with a lot of creepy dolls and a lot of general creepy stuff going on, serial killer looking people hanging around. It was genuinely unsettling, but very, very well built, and once again with very creative scares thrown around. You can see that the newer sections have been building up the scare tactics some.
Right.
Putting all that Pennywise and making it part of it just it took me out of it.
Yeah.
Especially now that they had 10 Pennywises in there.
Yeah.
It's like if you want to slip in a red balloon or even a Pennywise to kind of tip of the hat, that's one thing, but that was a lot of Pennywises.
That was.
So yeah, that was a thing too. All in all though, the build quality of the 13th, I mean, come on, it's the 13th Gate. The build quality is through the roof. It's a much longer haunt this time around. It was 30 minutes as opposed to the usual like 22-ish.
Right.
The build quality, like I said, is incredible. The actors are pretty much across the board amazing. It's a great haunt. It's one of the top haunts in the country for a reason. It's a legend of haunted houses for a very, very damn good reason. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say. There's not much else I can gush about with the 13th Gate, and I can already hear the comments queuing up.
Yes. Yes, it is a beautiful haunt.
It's a beautiful haunt with great actors. If like I said, I say this every year. I feel like a broken record. I wish they would get away from the use of movie characters, present their own stories, present their own narrative, and really, do something that's truly theirs. But, that's neither here nor there. I do want to see where they go with the flyers in future years, though, because now that they've got the rig and they've got all that set up, it doesn't have to be Wizard of Oz.
Right.
Next year or anytime thereafter, it can be anything vampires or vultures or anything. Anything. Be literally anything. So yeah, anything that flies. It could be the creepy girls from Hell's Gate.
It could be flying pigs.
You know what? If that actually appeared in a haunt, I would definitely give that a great review.
Like zombie flying pigs.
Snort, 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 snort. As it goes overhead. That's the end of the season, folks, if you can't tell. It's definitely the end of the season now.
Yeah.
It could be, but yeah, you can literally do anything with those rigs,
Yeah.
and that's what I think is going to be where the potential of it really is.
Right.
The flying monkeys didn't land.
Flying pigs might.
Flying pigs might. So yeah, there's a lot of potential there. Now, getting across the street, obviously I'm distraught and heartbroken and on, medication to try to recover from the loss of Necropolis.
Self-medication.
Oh, wow. But, so, yeah, I understand the reasons. It was a haunt that had not really changed drastically in a very long period of time. It had been subject to wear and tear of the elements. It had to be done. I mean, at the end of the day, I agree with the reasons given.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, what they replaced it with is not a full new attraction, to be very, very clear.
No.
This feels more like a sort of a fun zone type thing where you're coming and you can do various things. They had the concession stand that they usually have, the merch table and all that stuff still there. They also have a bar that's open on nights they have concerts because they have a concert stage at the far back side.
Right.
Now, if there's no concert that night, what they were doing was a 2-minute mini escape room that you have to solve in front of an audience.
Yeah.
And I took the challenge, and I was so goddamn close.
Like 1 second away.
Literally, if I had had 2 minutes and 2 seconds, I would have been out.
Yeah, or if the wires hadn't been tangled.
Yeah, it's a lengthy story of how it happened, but there's a lot of, when you're that close, there's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah.
It's not like everyone else where it was like, I got no clue.
Yeah. No.
I at least knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, man, you did really good. I'm like, yeah, I still lost.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it, but I still lost, and I'm still gonna go find a beer.
Yeah.
But so yeah, they also have the regular mini escape games there, the same ones from the previous year. We talked about those in the previous review, I think.
And they now have VR experiences.
And that's where I was going with it. Oh, they also have the dunk tank with the insulting clown.
Yes, which the reviewers were not allowed to go and meet.
No,
according to him.
According to him, we were not allowed. We were totally allowed to go and meet him.
But from listening to him, he was pretty much he didn't have a lot of material to work with.
Yeah. But the VR experiences, we opted to do the Asylum VR experience, and because we're there for a haunted house, I wasn't super interested in doing the saber thingy.
Right.
It looks
game.
It's a game. It looks like a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, but A, it's a lot of pressure to do a game you've never played before in front of an audience.
Right.
And B, it's not why people don't go to haunted attractions to play video games.
No.
In my experience, they go for more visceral experiences, and that's what the Asylum VR provided.
Yeah.
It's a 6-minute experience, and basically they sit you down in a wheelchair, and you're not strapped in or anything, but you're encouraged to.
And we won't give too many spoilers on this.
No. But here's the thing, and once again, I've got to make a Disney analogy that once again, I know you won't be able to relate to.
I've heard it enough.
But Alien Encounters, if you remember Alien Encounters where they turned it into Stitch Adventures, that's what it's the most like. Yeah. It may not be quite on the scope of what Disney does, but it's a very similar idea of you're stuck in a chair, there are things happening to and around you, and you're going to get a bit of a 4D where there's going to be scents, there's going to be air pressure, there's going to be things touching that feels like it's touching you, and it's not. And I'm not going to give away what happens in it and so forth, but just I was not prepared for that 4D element of it.
Yeah.
Where there's actually stuff that you smell and touches you and contacts you.
Yeah.
I was not prepared for that. I actually want to go in there again, but not do the VR part. I just want to stand there and watch how these machines work.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the girl that's in there with you is doing all that except for the scent.
Well, I hope not the scent. Jesus, that would be, woo!
Yeah.
Get a breath mint, girl.
Yeah.
Or however you produce that odor, you might want to get it checked out. No, I'm pretty sure there's something automated going on there. Yeah, I'd be very curious how they're doing those effects, because they are very, very good. Yeah, it's very short. It's not. I don't know how to say it. It's not the most intense experience I've ever had, but it's very, very cool.
Yeah. And they did say that a few people have gotten sick in it.
Yes.
So if you have some kind of
motion sickness or vertigo issues,
yeah,
you might want to check yourself on that. Yeah, and to that end, the ride doesn't move very much. And when it does move, it moves slowly. Like,
right.
I'm someone who I've played with. We have a PlayStation VR here. I've played with it a fair amount. And I've noticed that if I go more than like 15 minutes at a stretch in the VR room, I start getting nauseated. I start having issues. So I was a little bit worried that a more professional VR setup might somehow activate something. Right. It didn't. I was perfectly fine leaving. Yeah. In fact, to me, the most distracting part was when I would look down and I would see my virtual legs, and my actual legs are in a different position than my virtual ones. Oh. It's like, oh. I didn't think of that. Yeah. Those are not my real legs.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But all in all, it was a very neat experience. It was something very, very, very different from what we've done at other haunts. And very different from other VR experiences we've been on or have played with. So, yeah, it was worthwhile. It was only like $5. It was a cheap ticket.
Yeah. They did have one more attraction. Or one more thing to do at the fair. The axe throwing.
Yes, and your brother did it, didn't he?
Yes.
How did he do?
He got one in.
Yes. Go, Daniel.
Yes.
We support you. So, yeah, I did not do the axe. I've done axe throwing elsewhere. It's fine. It's fun. I don't know what this craze is where everywhere has to have axe throwing. I have nothing against axe throwing. It's just like, it was like 2 years ago, the only place they could do axe throwing was at Renfest, which is where I've done it. And now it's like axe throwing is absolutely everywhere. I have no idea what the hell happened in those 2 years.
Right.
I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm old. That's the problem, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm old. Thank you.
We've been over this.
I know. But yeah, like I said, that area's got a lot of neat stuff to do. It's definitely worth checking out and seeing what to do. And say hi to the insulting clown. We were not allowed over, as you noted.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun area. It's just, as far as being in a replacement for Necropolis, it isn't a whole other attraction.
No.
I definitely felt like there was more to do there when they had Necropolis.
Yeah.
But that's just my take. Well, anything else to add? Well, on that note, everyone, thank you for joining us for the 2018 Haunt Review season. It has been a pleasure. I'm glad this was not the cursed season of 2017.
Right.
Where we lost everything. It looks like our new flow has been working very well. Looking forward to doing it all again next year.
Yeah. We'll see you then.
We'll see you then. Hopefully another trip far afield. Don't know which city yet. We'll probably make announcements about that closer in. Hit a lot of the haunts in southeast Louisiana. Maybe we'll hit some in St. Louis again, maybe making a trip up that way.
Actually, we may be going to Kentucky.
Maybe Kentucky, that's right. Forgot it might be Kentucky this go around. Who knows where we're going to end up next year, but we promise that wherever we go, we'll be telling you what we see and what we think.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this was Garbage Horror Haunt Review 2018 for the 13th Gate in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We will see you guys next season. Oh, thank God, it's over.